My name is Christopher Bailey from Green Orbit, the internet with everything built in. And again, I first want to say that I'm so inspired by the presentations at Digital Workplace 24, and I'm thrilled to join the conversation. I want to bring to the table of discussion 3 ways to engage a remote workforce. Okay? So let's get started. So when you think of remote work, what are we talking about? First, we're talking about people who work from home, and the numbers are on the rise. In fact, 3.9 million Americans work from home at least half the time. Most workplaces realize that if you don't attract and retain your talent, particularly millennials, you have to offer remote work as an option. Because after all, it's not about where you work, it's about what you do. And if you think about it, it all makes sense, especially if you're caring for kids or aging parents, or your commute is long and stressful, or maybe you need to step aside from the distractions of the office to get some deep work done. Or maybe your work is not office-bound, like engineers or on-site career or health professionals in the community. It's likely they're using their phones or smart devices to connect with their home base. But when we say remote work, we are also talking about globally distributed teams. But let's be honest. Offshoring is on the rise, particularly in the product and development space. Organizations are looking for ways to reduce costs, win the war on talent, and reduce time to market. At Green Orbit, we have teams working in the U.S., Europe, Australia, India, and the Philippines. So we understand the challenge firsthand, and we have learned how important it is to engage and connect people separated by oceans, cultural norms, and time zones. So now that I've given you some context, let's dig into the 3 ways you can engage your remote workforce. Onboarding is a crucial milestone in the whole employee engagement process, but even more important is when it comes to getting remote workers off to a great start. In fact, the study by the Society of Human Resource Management showed that 69% of employees are more likely to stay 3 years if they experience a great onboarding. That's definitely a wake-up call. And it's amazing how many organizations fail to get this right. Some might leave it to individual managers to show people the ropes, or even worse, hand over a 50-page employee handbook that never gets read in rush to just getting some work done. They forget that new starters need attention and care if they're going to stay and make a positive difference. So the question you may be asking yourself right now is, so what's the secret to getting this right? Well, first, by providing a consistent onboarding experience. Put all your materials in a central location with the appropriate branding and a consistent look and feel. After all, this is the front door to your organization, so you want to put your best foot forward. Make the experience frictionless. New starters shouldn't waste time searching through a rabbit hole trying to find file folders. Don't crush their enthusiasm by making them fill out a mountain of paper-based forms. Put all the forms in a central location, like your intranet, and let new starters fill them out. Attach a workflow that makes it easy for HR to see what's been done, so compliance is easily taken care of. Plus, if everything is in one place, it's easy to keep it fresh and up to date. Let's not forget that onboarding is about people, making them feel comfortable and confident in their new role. Ask new starters to introduce themselves with a "Who am I" post on the intranet. Get them to fill out their profile details and so that others can know more about them and reach out easily. Maybe HR can compile and share a post each month, introducing your new recruits. The second way that you want to engage remote workers is to pave the way for effective collaboration. A recent study by the Institute of Corporate Productivity showed that companies with a culture of collaboration are 5 times more likely to be high-performing. And on the negative side of the coin, a whopping 86% of employees see lack of collaboration as a main cause of failure. Collaboration is crucial for business success, whether it's bouncing ideas off each other or sharing resources and expertise. Organizations are realizing more and more that collaboration drives innovation and delivers a real competitive advantage. When teams work together towards a common goal, that's when great ideas are born and anything is possible. Now, I know what you're thinking, but how easy is it to get people working together who are working remotely? How do we get this done with collaboration? I'm glad you asked. At Green Orbit, we're especially keen on making sure that our remote teams are connected and plugged into what's going on. We don't want anyone to feel isolated or like they're working in a vacuum. We make sure that there is plenty of face-to-face contact via Skype, regular business meetings, and catch-ups. Carving out space for collaboration is also central to our success. So we use our intranet as a safe, central place for collaboration. Teams can create private groups for real-time conversations using familiar social media features. They can share resources and have everything they need in a centralized, searchable location, and they don't have to waste valuable time looking for files and other assets. Now, the third and most vital part of working remote is culture. Think of it this way. Culture is your personality of the organization. It's what makes you unique. We know that a positive culture attracts talent and drives employee engagement. 88% of employees believe that a distinct culture is crucial to success. Now, you're probably thinking again, but how do you build a great culture when people are at home or on the road or scattered around the globe? How do you communicate company values and get everyone going in the same direction? Well, at its core, culture is about relationships and trust. Social networking tools built into your intranet are a great way to make these connections. Let me give you a few examples. Here at Green Orbit, we have a photography channel where people can post their photos, and we encourage them to share milestones like weddings or birth of children or, arrival of a new pet. Some organizations worry about encouraging this kind of social interaction, but we found that water cooler moments are where the magic happens. A word to the wise, though, make sure that senior leaders are active participants because culture comes from the top down. It's also important to recognize great work like promotions, project milestones, and company success stories. Recognition at its heart is at the heart of human motivation. At Green Orbit, we use our intranet as a major part of our workplace culture. Also, it's very important that people not lose sight of company values, especially when working remote. So make sure that you have your values at the center of your intranet because people go there to connect with their peers every day and get work done. Now, let's sum all this up. To engage your remote workforce, you need the right tools accessible anytime and anywhere from any device. You need a frictionless experience that drives onboarding, effective collaboration, and a vibrant workplace culture. I encourage you to check out Green Orbit, the intranet with everything you need built in. You and your entire organization will be glad you did. A big thank you to Digital Workplace 24 for giving us this opportunity to share our ideas with you. Best of luck to you and your employees on your engagement journey.